Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to the episode of RAERAEs Review, where me and my homegirl Erin, she'll be here soon, is going to let you know about the What's Going Down episode of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 18, Episode 4. Everybody, how y'all doing today? Hold on real quick. Give me like 10 seconds, y'all. Hold on. Okay, I am back. Thanks again. So, how y'all doing today? This good Sunday afternoon. Everybody get their praise on. Won't he do it? Yes, he will. We are having a great day. We meaning me. It's always good to spend time with family, especially those that you enjoy and they enjoy you back. You know what I'm saying? I have so much going on, but I wanted to let everybody know that soon on this channel, I will be giving you a lot more content, a lot more of me. So just know it's all for a good reason. I'm gonna let you in when time comes. So just know that things will be moving along. Now, everybody, please help me welcome Erin to the stage.
Hello, aunties and unks. My apologies for my lateness. I'm sorry. I'm running on the stage on fire. No.
Pardon me, I was slurping this little drink, girl. Told you about these little honest kids drinks.
Yes.
Girl, it's so good. It's so good.
A little juice box.
I was just telling, if you didn't hear, I was telling everybody that things going to be changing on this channel once I'm done with what I'm doing. Just, coming very soon. So I'm going to let them in a little later. But for right now, just know everything is working and there will be a lot more content coming. But for right now, thank you. I appreciate you. Yes, thank you. How's your day going? How's it going?
It's going all right. I apologize again for the lateness. I just,
no worries.
Sometimes. All right. Well, this episode, baby.
Yeah, wasn't it good? I liked it.
It was very interessante, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Girl, I almost called him something I wasn't supposed to. Not in a negative way, but just talking about the judge law.
Oh boy.
Oh my God, what's his name?
La Roach.
La Roach. Girl, I'm about to call him Roach Law.
Well,
like what?
That would be, law according to Roach, and and he certainly has opinions.
I've never known him to be so Simon Cowell. Just I thought he was a little more pulled up than that, in my opinion. But I don't know. It just seemed a little crass, in my opinion, how he spoke to some of the queens on this show.
He was controversial on. I'm totally I can't believe I'm blanking on the name. With Kiki and
Legendary.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. He got some heat for being a jerk on Legendary.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's capable of it.
Yeah, because I think I remember what you're talking about, but I was so new. I thought maybe, because like I mentioned to you, the language used in this community can be so vulgar. Maybe I'm just not really getting it, you know?
Uh,
So, but it obviously that's not right. So,
well, I don't think there was any open for interpretation no matter what language you're using tonight.
girl.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know. I mean, I think Law just has a very like definite opinion and is very
Mm-hmm,
comfortable in sharing how he feels about it. Period.
mm-hmm.
You know, that's how I've
Yeah.
always taken it. Although, if I were Michelle, I might be a little annoyed. That one was a little bit of a hierarchy battle there. That was a little weird moment.
Yeah, like okay, what's it is
Yeah.
I guess maybe Law thinks he's on the same level because he's on that panel.
Mhm.
But Michelle does have Trump him. I hate to use that word, girl, but
Ooh.
she does have hierarchy. I mean, she's even doing the lead and what was it in Australia? Is it, what country is she doing the lead?
Yeah, she is. She's overseeing it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, here's the way I thought of that really. You don't need to correct Michelle. Like there wasn't a need to. She can not like the shoe with the outfit. She can, like
right.
you don't need to say, well, Rihanna did that, so like Michelle is wrong. Because you're basically saying, and then Michelle needed to make it clear to you, no, I know that the shoe is whatever. It just was weird because it was about a level, it was an opinion. It wasn't about correcting a technical error. And I think Law feels very comfortable doing such things because of the fashion background. It just didn't read very well.
Mm-hmm.
So,
You know,
weird. I don't think I've ever seen a judge and Michelle like maybe there I'm sure there's canon where that's true, but that was weird.
yeah, girl. Well, tonight was a half of what we used to. I'm just saying because we used to get in the mini challenge, maxi
Right.
challenge, some other, whatever. But next week they got the Raider Queen, so I guess we're gonna have 2 weeks of that. One, the first half they get rated, and I guess the week after that, the next half will get rated. So we got 2 weeks of Raider Queen, I'm presuming. So this should be
Yeah.
interesting.
Mhm.
Well, like I said, we got the Maxi Challenge. We usually have that. That's always a given, along with the runway. Yes, ma'am. Category is red carpet matchup. Now, mashup or matchup? Girl, I couldn't even
Mashup.
tell.
Mashup. Because
Like
you're
potato.
taking two,
Okay.
yes, because you're taking two looks, you're mashing it up into one.
See, I'm thinking it's match because you got two that match. So I was thinking like, did I get it? Anyway,
Fair.
okay.
It's a
I'm
that's a
but you know what? To your credit, I did have mash first, but after I watched it again, I said maybe it's match. So I changed it. But I'm gonna change it back.
well, either way, honestly. Like both are accurate in their own way.
I was right the first time. I'm put that.
You
I was right the
trust
first
yourself.
time. So believe your first mind, y'all. Don't change your answers on the test. Remember that you was in class. Don't change your answer. Just keep going
Yeah.
with the number 2 pencil on a Scantron, girl.
These kids don't even know what that is.
Girl, remember number 1 pencils? I remember number 1 pencil when I was little, child. Ain't that nothing?
Kind of vaguely, but mostly number two.
That big blue pencil they gave me in kindergarten. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Girl, where was I at my notes? Yeah, let's get right into this because these looks, baby. I was like, oh, that's interesting. I'm disappointed in my Discord. Look, I'm a little disgruntled with the Discord, child. I was rooting for you, girl. I don't know what's going on with Discord. What's going on with Discord?
You
Do you
know,
know?
uh Well, I mean, I just think that she's like, this is her drag, like I'm not, like I don't know.
Mm. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and get started, child. So y'all, what's going on in this episode? We're gonna have some good conversation because these looks is something else. So y'all, as you know, Drag Race, they have the competition where they um, display their uniqueness, charisma, nerve, and talent. Did I get it right? Uniqueness, charisma,
Yeah.
nerve, and talent.
No,
Yes.
no.
Okay. Uniqueness.
Charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. You guys spell the C word, CUNT.
Thank you. I'm gonna remember that.
That's how
Thank
you'll
you.
remember.
Girl, ain't that nothing? Well, with all that being said, y'all, so at the end, when they display everything, one of the big winners is they get Anastasia Beverly Hills Cosmetics. Girls makeup costs. Girl, I bought some recently. Oh my goodness.
Mm.
And it's nothing as costly as Anastasia. Now, this is the best of the best, y'all. For the not just for drag, but I've seen that in other stores as well. The girls want to look good, or whoever want to look good. So they're on this Anastasia right now, and she was on the show last year. If you guys caught it,
Was it her or Norvina? I don't remember.
it wasn't Anastasia. Well, it was definitely the representative. I know that they
Yeah, it
were.
might have been Norvina. Her daughter has taken over. That's the only reason I say
Oh,
that. I'm
okay,
like
okay.
split. Yeah, I don't mean to be splitting hairs. I think her daughter has taken over as a spokesperson. So anyway,
Well, good,
but the makeup brand, she usually pops up like the one that, yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah.
And the big winner will receive $200,000. Yes, as Aaron described, a package can be mid 70K.
Yeah.
For going on Drag Race, or just having a package, or is it
Right.
both, or just yeah?
People, yeah, I mean, it really depends. Some queens, I think I've heard 30. I've heard, people going on to All Stars, they do even more. Then I've also heard some queens be like, I made all my own stuff. So it really just depends on how much ability you have for your own stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's wonderful. Well, now we're going to get into how RuPaul comes in and talks to all the ladykins, y'all. Look at all the Ru pictures in the back. Woo, you go, girl. That's a nice suit. All right. So
Yeah, I
they're
like
coming
this
in.
one.
I'm sorry.
I said, yeah, I liked this suit. This suit was cute.
Mm-hmm. So they're all coming in the workroom then from the very next day, and they get called to the carpet, as you will, to hear what their next challenge will be. And they're just anxiously awaiting what's going on. So Rue explains to them that they're going to go into teams, and it'll be teams of two. So they'll be coupled up, and they call it "Get with Your Best Friend." Okay, now go get with your best friend, and they ended up with their, proverbial best friend, right? So there's going to be teams of two each. So the team will make a red carpet look inspired by a mash up of two different legendary red carpet moments. So, for instance, if you have a look from Cher and then a look from Lady Gaga, since you have two people, they will each of them will make a look of their own, competing against each other, mind you, with materials from both of those looks. What they call two different legendary red carpet moments. I wanted to get the verbiage right, child.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, they'll be incorporating materials from both red carpet inspirations. What do you think about that?
I think, could be very interesting, as it was.
And they chose everything, getting ready, whoop de woo, walk the wall. Let me tell you, this was a straightforward episode. We didn't have a whole lot of goo even though there was some talk amongst the ladies getting ready and whatnot. It was really, as far as competitions, like I said, there was no mini challenge, but this challenge, they got some money. I'm shocked because I never really hear about them getting money from a maxi challenge. It's usually the mini challenge. Do they, like in the past, they often get money for a maxi challenge? Did you notice that?
No, it's yeah, I did. It's only on All Stars do they do like an award or
Mm,
badges or whatever. Like yeah, this that was different.
yeah. So, like I said, it wasn't a whole lot of fanfare. However, the one thing, did you catch how now I call her Grandma Dion. Isn't she grandma to Juicy?
Yes,
Why she keep calling her my child? I don't know.
because I think she doesn't want to be considered a grandma.
Oh, girl.
That's really because she is her that is her grandchild. If you want to go by like who's the mom.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I've been calling her Grandma Dion. So no shade, no offense. Hey, I'm representing. It is what it is. It's just in my mind frame. Just in my mind frame. But when Briar and I hope I got these names right. When Briar and Juicy was kind of, going back and forth, Grandma didn't really get in it, but she felt a way about it. It's no, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. When Juicy would need help in the workroom, Grandma's nowhere to be found. But when Juicy is getting, is in the midst of some entanglements, not in a relationship way, just some adversarial conversations, then Grandma Dion wants to kind of, feel a way about it. It's just weird that Grandma wouldn't help her in the workroom. Is there a reason why that's happening? Do you know? Have you
Uh,
noticed that?
no. Well, I mean, it was like a design competition, and I don't think she just basically said I didn't have enough time to help her, and
Oh, okay,
some
I missed
people,
that. Okay.
yeah, I mean, it wasn't like, but it is a competition where they're competing against one another. So,
Yeah.
I am a little confused though because I thought more of the issue with the argument was, uh, like Briar and Juicy are like becoming friends, but Juicy didn't really defend Athena when Briar was talking crap about her.
Mm.
And then Mia
Something
got
going
in
on.
it. Yeah. Well, I mean, Briar is got a little bit of controversy. Like people have been talking crap about her on the offline. Jan was actually really pissed at the RuPaul's Drag Race or at the pit stop. She said all the stuff that she said about Briar was edited out because she doesn't like her. So Briar's a bit of a controversial character.
Mm. Muy interesante.
Yes.
I don't know. It's just something, and even during the workroom when they're getting all of their stuff together, granddaughter doesn't go to grandma for anything. It's like, don't come over to
Oh.
me. I don't understand. She'll go to everybody. Well, at least they'll show her going to everybody else or whoever, she wants to go to, but she doesn't go to grandma for help. This is the third time, I think, or second time we've seen her trying to get help in the workroom, and grandma is not around.
I also don't necessarily think that Athena's that great of a seamstress. Like,
Ooh,
so I think that she kind of had already said that she needed like all of her own resources for herself, so that may be
mm,
why. And also in this case it might also be editing. I don't know, I wasn't too hung up on that one.
okay. Well, I'm gonna look at episode 5 and I'm gonna see what's going on.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
um ultimately I think they are competing. But I also feel like I don't know, I didn't really see much discord between them, especially because they were like, comforting each other when there was that weird moment with Briar and then Mia got in
Hmm.
it. And so like I don't know. I think they're all
I'll be
right.
watching, just like I'll be
Yeah.
watching with Vanita and Madison and why they ain't
Right.
really, schmoozing and carrying on. But anywho.
Oh, okay. Hold on a second. I gotta take a break.
Yeah. So, y'all, as far as this competition is concerned, there was a lot of commentary from the judges, as we were discussing earlier, where La Roche made some, kind of disparaging comments. Now, we've heard some disparaging comments before on this show. Not necessarily, uh, during the what do you call it? The runway critiques that they do before they announce the winner. But even along the way, even when they're practicing for certain shows like the RDR Live or any other production that they may do. But it was just, it was interesting, y'all. It was interesting. So we're gonna go ahead and move along and wait for Miss Ma'am to come back. So here we are. Look at Rue, y'all. Woo! Baby, let's get a little closer, boo. We gotta get a little closer, baby. Look at that dress. What? Who you know? Who you know? What it do, y'all? Look at that dress. I wish I could have seen the shoes a little more, but the way the dress is hitting the floor, and of course, in drag, if it ain't hitting the floor, you ain't getting no score. I'm just saying. That's what I've been looking at and paying attention to. When it drapes, it needs to hit the flow, whether it's a cape or a dress, a gown. Hello, beautiful gowns, or whatever the case may be. Whatever is, coming floor, pretty much if it's below your knee, then it must hit the flow. Hello. And if the shoe is shown, it needs to be an appropriate shoe. So I'm a little, perturbed that I couldn't see the shoe. I'm sure the shoe was on point. Don't get me wrong. We're talking about RuPaul Charles here. So, hey, it's all to the GOOD. So let's, scoot on back. Just scoot on back a little bit. Hey, Ru, looking good, girl. So we have our usual and customary judge, Michelle Visage. Okay, I have a thing about these little kid hairstyles on these big grown ass people. If it ain't a ponytail or some baby hair, and I hope I'm not offending nobody. Don't get me wrong. To each his own. I ain't going around just bashing people, but I just think when you grown, ain't nothing baby about the hair. Whether it's a ponytail. Unless you're doing a theme, but if you're just, dressing up, I just, no. I want a grown woman pony from the back. You know what I'm saying? Catch that tea. Just, I would like a ponytail, even if it's high up, just make sure, it's real grown woman looking and not looking like a cheering because, we don't want to send a wrong message. I'm just saying. Hey, Michelle, you looking good, girl. What's wrong with your jacket? Why is it hanging off on one side? I don't think it's supposed to hang off like that. Was you trying to hurry up and sit down? What's going on, baby? Anyway, we're going to move on. Hey, La Roach. Not that you cut your hair, but at the same time, is that you for real? Because last time we saw you, someone complimented your hair. They complimented the wig, and you was like, no, that's me. So, the scalp was looking, a little darker than the, hue of the forehead. So I'm guessing it is a unit. Nonetheless, you look good. I love the blazer. I love the necklace, and I see you may have lost a few pounds. Looks good on you. Even if you didn't, you still look good. Yes, you do. All right now. What else is going on, baby? Who else is there? Who else? Hey, Annalie Ashford. Now I heard she's on theater. I don't know this woman. Never heard of her before in my life, nor did I look her up. Doesn't mean that she is not as successful in everything that she does. And she did mention that she just had a baby. So congratulations to her. All right. Big up for all those having babies. I'm done. Yes, I've been done. I've been done. But big up to everybody who is having children. Woo wee. Let's move on. Like I said, we have a runway. Category is red carpet mashups. And they're going to choose looks and see how they're going to do. Here we go. So we got Juicy Love Dion mimicking, and I'll show you who they're mimicking in a moment. I thought that was cute. What's his name? What's that boy name, Lord? Lil Nas X and Rihanna. Oh, that child, when she came out in that, this is like 9 years ago, 8 years ago, girl. I still think about this moment with Rihanna. I'm like, girl, like, what is on underneath? Not just, be fire if it was the same colored bikini underwear or maybe some Fenty drawers. I think that she still had Fenty then. Girl, look at that. I just want to stare at that for a minute. That is just wonderful, beautiful, just wow. Look at her. Look at that. OMG. And she's with Briar Blush. Juicy and Briar did this together. All right, Briar. Now, she looked more or less, with a, I didn't like that cape. It was real blah, bland, it didn't do it for me. And that, what do you call it? Bodysuit. They did comment on the shoes. That's what we were talking about earlier, where La Roach had had kind of made a comment to Michelle when Michelle thought the shoes were apropos, but La Roach didn't, and he mentioned, no, it's not the same. She was like, yes, it is, blah, blah, blah. They're going back and forth. And he kind of, flaunted, well, I was there, and, and fanned his hair, like, well, girl, I was there, so, you can't, you weren't, but I was, you know how folks get. It's all good though. But this right here looks, cheap, if you're not mistaken. So this is the comparison. Who wore it better? You see that bodysuit? It just don't look. Nah. Then they mentioned how Juicy's the feathers were a little, underwhelming, and that the feathers should probably have been doubled because they were, underwhelming. You want grand, and that's what drag is, grand. Now, of course, the face card will never decline on these both. who you know, okay? I'm I am happy that these ladies got to do this outfit, because at first I was thinking, okay, yellow and pink. Does that really go? It reminded me of what's that candy we used to have in the store? Shoot. Like, I don't know. I can't, Laffy Taffy, something this reminds me of, y'all. I'm just saying. Who wore it best, y'all? What do y'all think? Juicy Love Dion on the left or Briar Blush on the right? Let me know in the comments. My pick, I would choose Juicy Love Dion. Just off rip. I mean, technically, I would wear that, I would wear it, because, girl, the detailing, it wasn't bland. It, I'm not an expert like the panelists are. However, I liked it. Now, the bodysuit part up top with the what do you call it? The shoulder pad part, it could use a little work. However, I would rather wear Juicy Love on the left rather than Briar on the right. Oh man, what they say Brian looked like? The panel talking about a superhero or something. I was like, girl, not a super. I mean, the headdress, I would put the headdress, those clips or whatever she has, rather than have the hair that Juicy has. So I would switch that, and that's pretty much it. Cause ain't nothing on Briar I want from the neck down. I don't care about no jewelry. No, I would do what Juicy did for sure, and the shoes was matching to the T. Woo! Moving on. So we got Discord. It was a mix between Cher and somebody. We gonna find out. I was underwhelmed with this. I'm just gonna do a little close up here because there wasn't a lot of flattering. Uh, no, there was not a lot of flattering opportunity to show Briar. So, I'm just gonna, kind of let you see what's going on. When you see this, you'll see what I'm talking about. That iconic look Cher did down, I think she's at the VMAs or something, I forget. But this is where, Cher and what is her name? Famous actress. Shoot, it's gonna come to me later. But you can see where that yellow mint green stuff is coming from. Her name's on the tip of my tongue. OMG, I'm Paulson, Sarah Paulson. There you go. So Jane Don't did what she did. I was underwhelmed as well, but I would rather have Jane's look on the right. Because that stuff Discord did. Now, again, she's trying to get the share, even with the face and everything, but it just didn't work this time, Discord. I'm sorry, baby. I'm going to go with Jane Don't. Drag, y'all. Look, the more the better, the bigger the better. And if you're going to be scantily clad, it better work for you. It just doesn't. With that little bit of lining on the left with the yellow, it's not enough, boo. Maybe put some yellow into the mid part of, I don't know, but nah, boo. Now, this is what I like. Mikey Meeks. I like this a lot. She was in between J-Lo and Nicki Minaj. Now, this last time they're going to use the Nicki Minaj, child, considering how much of a fool she been acting and how much of an op she is to the letterfolk community. So, yeah, girl, this is going to be your last hoorah, I'm pretty sure. And if it ain't, probably just because, they had to use it for, contract sake or whatever. But, yeah. Child, and this is Nene Coco. Nene, no, boo boo. Yeah, Mikey Meeks for the win, if you ask me. Mikey Meeks. Now, that sheer number probably could have been a little different, or but it works better than the right. It just does. Moving on. Now we got Sierra Mist. There were some moments in her drag that referenced some past looks and fashion designers that I am unfamiliar with. So I'm going to trust that what they said. I'm going to trust what they said because, child, I wasn't, no. But again, this is her. And it's that Lady Gaga on the left and a mixture of, I forgot, I think that is Lady Gaga on the left, a mixture of that look with, remember y'all the denim look with Brittany and Justin? Baby. Just gonna let that sit right there. And then Kenya Pleaser came out. I wish she would have incorporated some denim because I don't see denim in this dress. I don't. That's not denim. I don't know what that is. She didn't say what it is, and they mentioned that it wasn't there. So we just gonna move on. I wish she would have, again, the dress ain't that bad, but at the same time, that ain't denim. I don't know what that is, child. So I'm gonna say the one on the left did better, Sierra. All right, Sierra. So now we got a mixture of. You're gonna see. Now we all know who wore this iconic fit from back in the day. Okay, the incomparable Kimberly Jones, aka Lil Kim. Yes. Mia Starr referenced that, as well as now her dress was pretty basic. It was just, the front. That's why it was just this and that. It wasn't a whole lot going on, but there was some chandeliers, kind of little droplets, like earring droplets of chandelier on the dress. It was, and plus the lighting really didn't give it justice. So, but I wasn't liking the dress. Yes, what's that girl name? I think she's from Canada. What's the girl name, y'all? I kissed the girl. That one. Katy Perry. There you go. Katy Perry on the left, mixed with Lil Kim on the right. Yes, that's Lil Kim. I don't want to hear nothing. There will be no Lil Kim slander on this episode. You hear me? None. We are not doing that. She is an icon. Period. Pooh. Yes, that's Lil Kim. Vita Von T Star. This is who I'm rooting for since day one. She was one of those I was rooting for since day one. And baby, she did that thing. You know what I'm saying? Now, when I mentioned how it should be to the flow, see how the back cape is? The front part should have been to the flow as well. But that's my only critique, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? All right. Moving on. Now, Darlene Mitchell, this is the one we talked about with the white shoes. And she's proudly wearing grandma's upholstery along with some of the, what do you call it? Metallics that was worn. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Yeah. From some of the metallics that were worn. All right now. From the Hef on the left and Zendaya on the right. And I think Zendaya was at an opening of sorts, red carpet, for a movie Dune that she was in, or Dune Part 2, something she was in that required some, futuristic opulence. Okay. And this is what La Roche, because he is her personal stylist. He dropped everybody else to be her stylist. I'm not sure if he's styling her anymore. However, at this point in her career, when she wore this on the red carpet, he styled her for this. Yes, ma'am. And Athena Dion, it's a Juicy Loves grandma we was talking about earlier. She, again, the lining, y'all. Now, her dress is to the flow, and it's lined with some of that upholstery, which is great. But they did say the dress, just like Kenya's dress, did not have the appropriate metallic. This is just some shiny sateen sheen stuff. Not sheen, but sheen material. But the lining of the coat is not there. Oh my gosh. I wonder what it looked like with the metallic lining. That's a big no-no, y'all. Just FYI. You see how it was white? The lining of the coat is white, or the whatever it's called, the draping, but the outside is showing the actual what do you call it? The actual flower of material. Yeah, either have it. I would have liked the white part to be metallic, because that is the big no-no. The lining there must be a lining. You can't have just bare like that. For them, it's incomplete. And yeah, I think grandma. Now I know why Aaron was talking about. She's not a great seamstress. Oh my goodness. See, but this is what Drag Race is for. It builds you up. You can get in, do however she got there is how she got there. But I just heard it so many times that I would think by now everybody knows. Shout out to Phaedra Parks. Everybody knows that the lining must not be bare, must not be bald. Cannot have a bald lining. Hello? Just saying. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just trying to get folks together. Not, trying to read, but I'm just saying, I'm learning. So I'm gonna, adapt and, contribute to the critique as what this show is for. Entertainment purposes. Thank you. Entertainment purposes. And that's the back of it. So who you like, left or right? We got Darlene on the left, Athena on the right. At first, I was liking Athena until I heard the critique regarding the metallics. Oh yeah, that's not metallic. Because I'm not a fan of what Darlene did, but they are. Again, they pointed out some things I never heard before. The professionals, mind you, pointed out the things that I've never heard before. So, but I like Athena. I just wish she had some lining. Mm-hmm. But yeah, moving on, child. Moving on. Well, that was the end of that, y'all. So, how'd y'all like the looks? Was that any of those you would wear? I know I will probably wear about 5 outfits I saw. Yeah, but do about 5. You know what I'm saying? I ain't afraid to say it. I would do about 5 fits. Mm-hmm. So, y'all, while the judges are deliberating, they pointed out the top and the bottoms. No shade for the competition. Okay, just had to be clear that up. Just wanted to clear that up. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at who wore it best for the besties, as they call them. Let's see here. Where is that? Here you go. Yeah. So besties, who wore it best out of the 6 that were chosen as the best of, according to the panel? We got Juicy Love Dion. What's her name? I forgot. Let me see. Jane Don't. Nene Coco. That's who is in the green. I don't know how. Anyway. And then, what's her name? Darlene Mitchell. And then Vita Von Teese. And then Athena. And these were the top 3, y'all, that they chose. Jane Don't, Darlene Mitchell, and Vita Von Teese Star. Yes, yes. Now, of course, they have to do top and bottom. There's so much innuendo in this show. It's a trip. So they're doing the best and then the worst. And we're going to see who did wear best child. Like, girl, mind you, I sure enough thought that Nene Coco was not on the list. But anyway, child, who didn't wear it best? Who was the worst out of these 6? Child, I think that's a fair statement. The confidence is everything, but confidence won't get you far. Just saying. I'm just saying, y'all, confidence is not going to get you far. So the best of these looks turned out to be the runaway winner, turned out to be Vita Von Teese Star. Of course, she looked the best. She wore it the best, and her attitude she gave it her all. Big ups to Vita Von Teese, and that she won $5,000. Yes, ma'am. Not to be a part of the $200K at the end. This is the individual money that she got. And check is what they call it, the the wire transfer has been complete. Okay, the wire transfer has been complete. Now, out of the worst three, of course, you know how they got to do, child. They got to do the lip sync. Child, they got to do lip sync. That's just what they do on this show. But that's what makes it good. You know what I'm saying? The variety of it all. And let's find out who the bottom two were. Drum roll, please. I don't know how to roll my tongue like that. Briar Blush and Kenya Pleaser. And they're going to lip sync for their life to Kylie. Oh, we love good. How Kylie Minogue doing? I remember she had a health scare, but she is in remission, or she's been, it was eradicated or something. I hope she's doing all right. We heard from her in months of Sunday. I love me some Kylie, and she was an older performer. You know, she didn't come in at 12. You know what I'm saying? She was performing, you know, in her, you know, I think she's definitely an auntie, y'all. She's definitely auntie. So, you know, just like me. Mm-hmm. I wonder how she's doing. Anyway, Lights, Camera, Action. I like that song. I'm going to listen to more of her. I used to listen to her years ago. But like I said, she hasn't been in mainstream in such a long time. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna pick her up on my Apple Music, see what's going on. I got so much stuff on the Apple Music, girl. So much stuff. Because every time they pull up a new song, not or a new song to me, or a song I never heard on this show, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put up my Apple Music so I can, you know, type it in real quick and put it in. Anyway, so they danced they behinds off, child. And this is who won. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, in the midst of all this, y'all, unfortunately, when I say unfortunately, I mean unfortunately, Briar Blush passed out. Child, whenever, you know, it was a time when they were giving their critiques. And some people on the, you know, who were her, you know, castmates or who's, you know, competitors on the show was questioning whether or not she was real when she passed out, because they were, you know, she didn't have favorable critique, right? And it was like, oh, it was, child. I was like, why wouldn't they think she really passed out? If anybody know in the comment in the audience, please let me know. That was really, you know, like what? Y'all really question a woman who gonna pass out on stage like that? Somebody said, wait a minute. Somebody, I think Vita Montes. I could be wrong. My bad if you didn't say it, girl. But somebody said, well, she knew she wasn't gonna win, so she had to pull a stunt. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. No, no. But anywho, we wish what's her name? Briar Blush. Well, she was sent home. They sent her sashaying away. But she did the lip sync good after falling out. I mean, I'm just saying, she recovered after the pass out. She, you know, performed, she danced, she did a split, she, you know, twirled, she was doing all the things. So I'm sure they had a significant intermission to assure her, you know, hopefully maybe she got some IV fluids. You know, they got that IV, portable IV treatments going around, like they're passing out Skittles, child. No shade. I'm just saying that's the end thing now, child. We can go to a party and they're serving drinks, or if you want a little pick me up, they give you, you know, a cute little banana bag or something, or some IV fluids to get you going. Because whenever you go to, just FYI, whenever you are in the ER and you're in there for acute alcoholic intoxication, they give you what is called a banana bag, where it's potassium and electrolytes and all these other minerals and refreshments for your circulatory and system and pulmonary system and all the systems. The whole body can absorb and get well quick. So maybe that's what they did for her, as well as some, cute rest. So, but she performed well, and even on her way out, as she sashayed away, that she gave her cute little spiel, Rue, and no matter what, no, I don't care what they say about you, you are great. That whole sometimes when the girls sashay away, they give a cute little goodbye or a speech or a thank you of sorts, something to remember them by. And that was funny. She threw all them under the bus in a comical way. And it was cute. It was cute. So we're gonna see you later. What's her name? Briar Blush. I used to call her Briar Patch because that's what I knew growing up. The word Briar. That's what I associated it with when it was Easter time. Like the anyway. So that was it, y'all. Unfortunately, my co-host had to go, and we wish her well. So we will catch y'all next time for episode 5, as well as part 3 of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. That's not confirmed, the date and time, but just know, as long as you subscribe and make sure that bell is black, and or there are parentheses around that notification, you will get all the notifications that come from this channel. Thanks again for watching. And if you haven't heard, be sure and catch Erin on other social media platforms. You see her name is on the screen, but I'll spell it out for you at PSYCHIC _ELB, psychic _ELB. And we'll catch you later. Bye, y'all.